I am with Wyre after round 1 of the ENG Under-15s Youth Netball Premier League Northern Conference. Wyre first game against Lancashire rivals Ribble. They went ahead by quite a bit. It looked quite comfortable for them. Then you come storming back, and every time you came back into the game, you kind of lost momentum when you were close to them, and they always seem to react when you're about 2-3 points away. Did you come away from that game feeling disappointed that you couldn't have got the win, or that when you did have the opportunity to maybe draw level or go ahead in the game, you just didn't have the the courage or the ability to do it? What's your thoughts after that game?
Yeah, well, we knew it was going to be a tough game to start with, but of course we're disheartened because it's a loss. But I think there was really good moments of play, but I think we just let them slide away for a bit of it.
What do you identify as the main thing that allowed you to get that loss?
The first half was really sloppy for us, but we did bring it back, and I just think some of the defence we wasn't committing enough, and then we sometimes weren't just meeting the ball, which led the defenders to come in for.
But did you expect to lose that game, or did you go into it feeling that you could win the game?
I think we always knew we could win the game, because I still think we can. I think if we didn't have our Christmas break, this was the first game back for us.
Turkey, that's it.
Yeah. If we didn't have, even in the second quarter, I think we did okay. If we didn't have such a bad first quarter, I think we could have won. So I think we knew at the start we can win, but we also can lose. We didn't go in feeling too confident, but
I just think it was just when the game was in the balance and you was 2-3 points behind, it was just having that courage to maintain and go ahead.
Yeah.
And that's where it faltered a little bit, because you were in the game for large periods. The next game against Little Sutton, bit of sleep to start off with, won't we, girls?
Yeah.
You finally woke up after the halfway mark, and you got a fantastic win in the end. A win at the last minute. You got ahead in the game after being down for large periods. What was the main factor, not apart from scoring fantastic goals when it mattered, but what was the main factor into getting back into that game? What was the tactical emphasis? Did your coach identify anything you were doing badly, and what did you do to change?
Yeah, so after our first loss, our coach really wanted to get our motivation up and stuff. So that's what we mainly worked on for the second game, just trying to motivate each other and not, when we make a silly mistake, don't be angry at each other, just learn that we can go and get the ball back.
Did your coach say anything to you in the quarter, saying, "Look, girls, you're missing a trick here. You need to pass it down that side of the court, or they're doing this, and you need to stop this"? Was there any input in that to get back into the game in that sense?
Yeah, I think there was. So, for example, me down in the D, she said that I need to try and angle the ball to get it over to the tall shooter without someone being able to jump and reach it so high enough but not too high. Yeah. And just trust that I can get it there, because she knew I could do it, but I wasn't believing that I would be able to get the ball there, and I was hesitating. And then for defence, I think we just counted on we had this god defence called Ruby, sticking on her player, because she was getting into her player's head a bit. Yeah. And then no obstruction really.
Yeah. It was also actually committing on the centre pass and not just letting them get the first ball, and then the wing attack or goal attack. Focus on that for the second pace in the pocket.
Again, I think shooters get too much joy in netball, but they take a lot of responsibility on when they're taking these shots. You took a lot of responsibility in that game to not only shoot but shoot from far away. There was times when you had no choice but to shoot, and you did it superbly. I like the psychology part of it. Is there a mental routine you go through when you're about to shoot?
Definitely.
Go ahead.
So I don't know about other people, but I know what I do is I as I blink almost, I envision it going in. I just picture
in that short period of time.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
So I just imagine the net and then it going in. And imagining the shot, how I want it to run close up, you want it loopy. From far away, you want more power on it. And I just imagine how I want it to, and then try and...
In that 3 seconds, you visualise it going in. That's incredible. That's really good. What's good? They call it that manifest. See it before it happens. That's a new thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
But no, some fantastic shooting there. Well done to have the courage to get back into that game when it looked like for large periods you weren't going to get back into it. So why? You got 1 win today. Before we go, what is your expectations this season?
Well, we're hoping to get into the top 4 to go to the finals, as we couldn't last year.
Yeah.
But that's just our overall aim at every game, really.
I think if we don't get into the top 4, we might be a bit disheartened, but we won't be like really upset about it because it's our last D&G and we just want to enjoy it.
Well, girls, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for 2 entertaining games. We look forward to seeing you again in round 2. Thank you, girls.
Thank you.